So, this is pretty bizarre, but Aardman has announced a new Wallace and Gromit live show. That's odd. So the reason this is a bit weird is because I recently did a collaboration regarding the original Wallace and Gromit stage show, and that was incredibly obscure. It's the sort of thing where you think, well, that happened in the 90s, but it would never happen now. Yeah, so I've just seen this pop up, so I'm going to just look now to see exactly what the nature of it is. Would it be mascot costumes, or like a CGI performance on screen with the actual characters, or, God forbid, live action people in costumes? So, Wallace and Gromit's All Hands on Deck sees Wallace and Gromit starting their new roles as Chief Ideas Officers on board the Arvia. So the concept is that Wallace and Gromit, they're always changing their careers and stuff drastically, and now working on a cruise. And during the show they have to fill this big ideas-o-meter, which is one of Wallace's inventions. They always have those sort of names. So, it's an interesting one, to be honest. So here's the image here, and you've got Wallace and Gromit on the screen above them, so it looks like, and it says here that Ben Whitehead reprises his role as Wallace, and there's a bit of a voiceover. So I'd imagine something like if you've seen the orchestra thing that they did, and they come on a screen and talk to the audience. But at the same time, there are indeed people. There's a man with dog ears, who I can only assume is Gromit, and a man dressed as Wallace, I think. But going off the nature of it, what it says here, it can't just be them on the screen. So, if Wallace and Gromit is indeed on the screen, then who are these people? So, it's performed under the ship's sky dome, and it's uniquely positioned to be facing a swimming pool and a large kind of LED screen, and that's where we see Wallace and Gromit talking to the holiday goers on the cruise. Although there's a lot of writing about it, it is a bit vague as to what exactly it is. What I'm guessing is Wallace and Gromit interacting with the audience on the screen, and then you've got these live action performers here. What I think the coolest part is they've made these awesome proper Wallace and Gromit models, which are in the cruise outfits. I think they look bloody brilliant. So you got Wallace as the captain and everything. It never fails to astound us how they so accurately recreate these every time, because they're probably built from the ground up. And then you've got Gromit sat there with the captain hat as well on some suitcases, and that looks brilliant. Oh, that's interesting. So disregard what I said about Wallace being the captain. So it says Wallace isn't the captain on the Arvia. Wallace's epaulets feature purple and gold stripes. This puts him at the same rank as Chief Engineer. It's those elements which make the live action feel totally Aardman. So allegedly this is to coincide with the 30th anniversary of The Wrong Trousers as well, which is coming up later in the year. I mean, there are just a lot of Wallace and Gromit things happening in general, besides the movie next year. You've got the VR thing, and now this, and it's just stuff sort of happening, which is very cool to see. Yeah, so in some of the interviews, they draw reference to how Wallace and Gromit make bold career choices with every sort of movie. Wallace wearing the officer uniform does evoke that kind of Curse of the Were-Rabbit thing, where he's all in blue, or, whenever they get a job, they're always in that attire. So it's a really nice detail that they went to the effort of doing all that. So in their starring roles on board, Wallace and Gromit have been dressed in their very own bespoke P&O Cruise officer's uniform, alongside a variety of other costumes. So including a walking cruise-o-matic invention, dancing cheese, I'm sorry, what? I did just read that correctly. Dancing cheese. Techno trousers. Okay, so there is a Wrong Trousers reference. Never mind. And also featuring a bespoke voiceover from Wallace, Ben Whitehead, which we knew. So that's interesting. Techno trousers, were they in? The techno trousers were in the other live action Wallace and Gromit. I don't even mean that one. I mean oh god, there's a few now. So I mean, in the stage show, they had an actual prop of the techno trousers, which I found out recently. And of course, Lenny Henry's live action Wallace used the techno trousers, and here we're going to have them again. A very iconic thing, and it's fitting that it is the 30th anniversary of the Wrong Trousers. So yeah, overall, it's an oddly specific thing. I think it's unlikely that any of you will be going on a P&O cruise anytime soon, let alone specifically this Arvia ship, to see Wallace and Gromit's hands on deck. It'd be interesting to see if any sort of video emerges of it. It could be another mysterious lost media thing. Not likely, considering the modern day people will probably film it and stuff like that. But yeah, I'd say the announcement is really cool. I love the look of the models and stuff. Very bizarre. Probably slightly concerning. But yeah, thought I'd let you guys know. I mean, there are people already looking at this and saying that they are going on a cruise to see this, and I suppose that's the idea. You can sort of theorise down below as to what you think this will be exactly. So by the sounds of it, we've got these live action elements combined with hopefully probably stop motion on the screen. But yeah, maybe it's something to do with the fact that people have taken an interest in the old stage show and they want to kind of revisit that sort of weirdness. But yeah, what do you think of it? How do you think it'll go? Let me know down below. That sort of rhymed. But yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe for more Wallace and Gromit news and content in general. So thanks for watching.